There we go. Let me see. Am I live yet? I think I'm live. Yeah, I think I'm live. Nobody in here yet, so I can't tell for sure if people can hear me or see me. Johnny, first one here. How are you, man? Brandon, what's up? Daddy Dutch, my guy Kent, how are you? Good to see you guys. Kurt, how are you? Roundhouse, Eric, how you doing? Andrew, how are you? This again was unscheduled. It's just one of those rare evenings when Rusty, how are you? Monster, how you doing? So it's one of those rare evenings when I had a little bit of time and I'm not helping kids with homework and I'm not working late. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to drop in and say hello to everybody. Um, and so I'm sorry. I see somebody that's on Facebook said greetings, Rockstar, but I can only see it says Facebook user. So I don't know. I don't know who it is, but thank you. I'm not a rock star, by the way, far from it. But thank you for jumping on. Johnny, how are you? Thank you for being here. Madwood, how are you? Um, Squirrel Tail Survival, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Um, Dwayne, how are you, bud? Really good to see you. I think you've jumped into some chats before. Yeah, it's good to see you. I know that you're overseas, I believe. So I'm not sure what time it is by you. Let us know what time it is by you. And doing pretty good, Madwood. Doing pretty good. This is, again, it's just one of those rare evenings when I don't have anything to do or that I have to get done. Let's put it that way. And I just decided to kind of jump in here. Brandon says, itching. I am itching to get the Stang out, brother. I can't wait. I mean, I got it back so late, in the year, and I just like to jump out there and start it and listen to it every few days. And I'm looking forward to the spring to get the final tune put on and you know so on. But anyway, let me see here. Let me get caught up. Weather sucks here, Eric. It was like 0 degrees this morning, and it's a whole lot. Um, not a whole lot warmer right now. Let me see. What is it? 7. It's 7 right now where I'm at. So weather has not been real conducive for barbecue, but I still do it anyway. Um, but yeah, that's what's going on with that. And Francis made a lot of my recipes. That's awesome, man. I'm really happy to hear that, and I hope I hope they all turned out great for you. Kurt, new barbecue stuff. I have to clean grills tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be grill cleaning day. I got 4 grills I've got to clean so that they look good on camera for the next time that they get used. My buddy Matt, how are you, man? Thanks for jumping on. I really appreciate it. One of those rare nights I have nothing to do, so I just decided to get in here and do this. But Matt, a special, hello to Matt Cartier. I think it's Cartier. I hope I say that right, Matt. He is the main admin of the Camp Chef Owners Group. So anybody here that has Camp Chef products and wants to be part of an outstanding group on Facebook, go check out Camp Chef Owners. It's an outstanding group. It's probably the best group. It's better than any of my groups. I'll tell you that right now. Very well managed, and it's just good stuff. I hope I'm not missing. I think I missed some stuff here. Dwayne's in Alberta, Canada, man. You've got to be really cold. Polar Bear says it's negative in Wisconsin. I totally believe that. And Russ is here. Hey, Russ. How you doing, brother? I hope you're feeling better. I've been thinking about you a lot, but I haven't been wanting to be too invasive with you, but I certainly hope that you're feeling better. Let me see who's going to be I don't know, Ryan. I have no idea who's going to be the next Bears GM and head coach. I'm so frustrated as a Bears fan already that, man, I don't even care anymore. Honestly, I'm just in it to watch football. I want my team to be good, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen as long as the McCaskies own them. Do I prefer barbecue or a grill? Um, I prefer smoking, man. Low and slow stuff. That's really what I enjoy, especially in a nice spring or summer day. Just sitting out back, taking in all the smells of the smoke and the food and whatnot. But I don't mind a good fast grill meal either. So we do a lot of that when the weather starts to get cold in the fall, and I don't want to sit out there for too long. But yeah. So I like both, but I think low and slow is what I prefer. Polar Bear says go pack. Man, I don't like the Packers, but I mean, you guys are a good organization, and you yeah, I mean, I hope you don't go to the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie. But hey, if you do, you do, whatever. As long as Aaron Rodgers is gone next year, I really don't even care what happens this year. Um, all right, let me see here. In case I don't know, I got a lot of comments coming in, and I'm sure I've missed some. No way I'm going to be a Packers fan, Kent. That's not going to happen here. Look at what Daddy Dutch says. It's not going to happen, dude. Never, under any circumstances. Russ, well, I'm glad you're feeling better. That I think that side effect is very common. So, um, the good news is you're on the mend, and I'm happy to hear that. I felt bad for you for many, many days. Um, let's see here. Yeah. How about them Cowboys? Yeah. I expected them to win that game and they didn't. So, I mean, I have no skin in the game when it comes to them, so it doesn't matter. But, yeah. So, uh, join the club of losing football. And Kent doesn't like what I said about the Packers. So he wants to time out the host. Let me see here. Long big fan, super. Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people love the Cowboys. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I don't. I've never really hated the Cowboys, but uh, like I said, I've got no skin in the game with any of these games that go on. I mean, I got a barbecue channel, and I always get on the subject of sports when I do these lives. But um, I mean, honestly, I think Cincinnati has a real chance to win the Super Bowl. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it and they think I'm crazy, but I think they've got a real shot. And Buffalo too. Those are going to be two really hard teams to out. So I'm looking forward to watching some football this weekend. Hey, Bobby, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Um, I'm a kind Bears fan. Yeah, well, Ryan, I used to be a Bears meathead, I guess you'd call it, where it was like I just thought all the other teams sucked and my team was the greatest, and even though we haven't won anything in a long, long time. But I mean, I just come to appreciate the game, and you know, uh, and I still pull for my team, but I like to watch good talent play too, no matter where it is, unless it's Green Bay. Then I then I could care less. Um, you can tell a Bears fan, but you can't tell. Oop, that skipped on me. Pardon me. But you can't tell them much. Good one, Kurt. uh, yeah, it's true, man. The Packers have been king, but I mean, if I'm, you guys have had 3 decades of Hall of Fame quarterbacking, and you've only had what, two Super Bowls, I think. So it's not like you guys have not. I mean, you've been way better than us. You've been way better than us, but you probably should have more Super Bowls for as good as your team is, and for as good as your quarterbacking has been. Rogers rate versus Patrick. That might be, man. I mean, that's probably the most likely two candidates, right? I mean, if you really think it through and you want to just use stats and logic, but but I'm telling you, I mean, Buffalo is and Buffalo and Cincinnati just they're a couple teams that I really think are going to be hard to beat. And let me see, who are the Packers playing? Is it Saturday? They play 49ers, right? Yeah, and had I think it was if the Cowboys would have won their game, then St. Louis would have gone to Green Bay instead, and that would have been nice because I think the Rams are going to beat the Packers. But anyway, Um, Everett Barbecue's been doing auditions. What kind of auditions, man? And Bobby, thanks again for coming in. I appreciate it. Um, I think I missed a bunch of messages. Whatever. It is what it is. so, go Titans. Kurt says, yeah, Titans are going to be a tough out. They're going to be a tough out. I forget who they play this weekend, but I think it's like, I think they're, um, I think they're going against a team with a good run defense, right? And I think that's going to kind of be tricky. So I'm not sure they're going to win this weekend. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it doesn't matter to me. I have no skin in the game, but I just remember when I looked at it and I thought, well, that team's got a good run defense, and I can't even remember who it is. Let's see. Bengals. That's right. Cincinnati. That's right. That's right. Yeah. So, I mean, I personally, I think Cincinnati could win that game. If I had to bet, I would bet Cincinnati, even though I know the Titans are great. Right. Doing Milwaukee Symphony on. Oh, orchestra. That's awesome, Everett. That's so cool. Atlanta Symphony. That's so awesome, man. That's an accomplishment. That's really good. All right. So, what do you guys want to talk about? I'm going to be here for a little bit. I'm going to hang with you. We can continue down the sports road if you want. Um, I don't mind. My Bulls are pretty good this year, which I won't lie. I've been sort of anti-basketball for a while, but it's nice to see a Chicago team do well no matter what's going on. Ryan, my next video, well, I I just recorded a members only live and I put it up and I was telling those folks that my next video was supposed to be, and it is going to be still my gateway drum. I just want to show it to everybody because I love it, and I want to burn it in, and I wanted to do all that on video, and I got it for Christmas, and it's still sitting in my foyer. I haven't even put it outside yet, and my wife loves this. Not really, but it's just because I haven't had any time. I run two businesses here, so I do the video production stuff, and then I have a small IT company that went through real crazy times with all this pandemic stuff that's happened, and then it got really bad, so bad I closed the office and ran everything out of the house, and now it's getting a little busier again. So I'm like busy from morning till night all the time. And what sucks is it's always my channel that suffers because I create content for SNS Grills and for El Yucateco Hot Sauce. And those videos I always make time for, because they pay our bills and I love to do the work. And I want to get a video a week done for my channel, but I just haven't been able to do that. I did it in the month of December for the most part. But so far this month, I think I have one or two things launched, and it's the 20th. So I really want to do more than I have been, but I can only do what I have time for. So, I'm hoping to get that shot next week and launched next week also, which will be just showing. I got the beautiful blue gateway drum, and I want to, I want to just kind of present that to everybody because I'm so proud of it. I love it. All the accessories that I bought for it, and then just burn it in. There's got to be a 1 hour burn in at like 300 and 300 or 325 degrees. So I wanted to kind of do that on camera. And that's probably going to be my next video. That's what I want to do. So we'll see how it goes. Hey, Danny, how are you? Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. You may have seen I did a quick members only thing before this, but it was sort of spontaneous and there weren't a lot of people there. There was nobody there really. So I just left it up for everybody. And hey, Ben, how are you? Thank you. That was an awesome, fun video to do. I did post it on my community tab. The SNS Grills travel kettle. I did a cook on that. I did some jalapeno poppers, smoked. Fantastic. I mean, I have a lot of recipes for those. I went pretty basic on that recipe, but they were so delicious, and they turned out magnificent on that cooker. And that little cooker, that little small travel kettle from S&S Grills, it was 10 below outside, and it really just held temps like a champ. I mean, I was really impressed with it. So, all in all, it went great. I did have a few edits to make for color and sound. I have, here at home, we have a dog, we have two birds, and I mean, it's usually there's a bird chirping, and then I got my grandfather's grandfather clock. I inherited that, and so that thing, dings every hour, and occasionally it becomes background music to me because it's just here and I hear it all the time, and I don't realize that it's chiming when I'm shooting. And so if I have a clip that comes up in, I have to always redo that audio. So I had to do probably 8 or 9 edits on that video, but it turned out nice, and the food turned out great. The food was like the one thing that didn't give me a hard time in that video. Right. Let me see. What did I miss here? Have you ever done an SNS Grill versus Weber Kettle cook? No, I haven't, Danny. I haven't. It's probably a great idea for me, but I just haven't. And really, I'll be honest. If I didn't have to, and I'll bet Russ, or if there's anybody else in here that shoots for SNS, if I didn't have to keep that SNS kettle looking real nice, I would use it all the time because I absolutely love it. And it gives me everything the Weber kettle gives me, but it gives me more because I have the Pro Port, I have the smoke hole. I don't have to have wires going underneath the lid or through the top vent. So it's got a lot of innovation, convenience. It's very well built. It makes wonderful food, and I really really love it. And the only reason why I don't use it a ton is because I gotta have it looking real nice when I shoot for them. So if I use it every day, it's just more work for me. So I use other cookers that aren't on camera very much when I'm cooking for us here. Very cool, Russ. Yeah. What do you, I don't know if, well, you can probably say, what are you going to shoot? I wonder, I'm sure it's some kind of a tailgating recipe or something like that. And yeah, your weather's definitely going to be better, better than mine. I know that. Let's see. Lid gasket. Really? Yeah, for sure. I mean, it holds temps, amazing. Um, and I mean, most, cookers do, except some of them are, um, some of them are not real steady, but I think it's just they're easier to dial in because they feel like they're thicker construction. So I mean, I usually go through 3 to 4 vent adjustments, before I really dial in my cook temperature and just let it ride, and that's pretty normal. Um, but yeah, anyway, and he's gonna make moink balls. So I heard that before, Russ, but I can't remember what that is. You're gonna have to tell us. Let me see. I think a lot of you guys are talking amongst yourselves, so maybe there's really nothing here that I missed. Let's see. Ryan said he's got a Weber Smoky Mountain 22 and 18, so he doesn't know much about drums. Drums are just great, Ryan, and I think the Smoky Mountain Opera. I don't have a Smoky Mountain. I've never used one, but I think they operate a lot like the Gateway, and basically what it is the from the lower vents, and the air comes up to the top and it sort of swirls around the food, so you have this sort of a convection effect, and with the food in the drum dripping down onto the coals, but the coals being so low, the not directly underneath the food, that sort of creates like a vapor that comes back up and it just flavors the food. I mean, my first experience with it was with the pit barrel, and I'm just super amazed at how unique the flavor is on that pit barrel cooker, and I expect the Gateway to be the same, if not better. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I know Russ has like literally the same cooker that I have. He's got the same blue Gateway. And Russ, I even bought the automated temperature adapter, and I've got that new um the new device from Barbecue Guru. It's called let me see. Let me see if I have it up here, because I just paired it with my phone and I can't remember. Oh, the Ultra Q. So I have the Ultra Q, and uh I have used the other device that they have, the older one with all the overnight cooks on charcoal cookers, and I absolutely love them. So I'm looking forward to that. And I thought it would be a good idea to use that just for the burn in, just so I could just make sure I burn it in good, before I start to get too crazy with learning the vents. I'm very confident that I'd be fine, but I just thought it would be, I don't want to do anything to ruin that paint, because that's like the same blue as the Cubs blue. And I'm a big Cubs fan, so I don't want to ruin that paint. It's called Royal Blue. That's right. So Russ is doing a meatball wrapped in bacon, stuffed with cheese, seasoned and sauced at the end. That's going to be delicious. That's going to be delicious. Did I miss any comments up here? Don't think so. Wait. There was something there. I don't know where it is now. Let me see. Okay, never mind. They're talking to each other. Okay, so I didn't miss anything. I want to say hi to Saucy Bottom, who's here. So thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. And Brian, we have here. Brian is just joined. Thank you for being here. And Moink balls are very old school. Man, I've seen them. I don't know why I couldn't think of I don't know why I couldn't think of the recipe, but that's something that I'd like to make. My wife has a great meatball recipe. So I think they would be great smoked. I did it once. When I first started my channel. And I think I did it like a sort of a picture montage video, because I was very new and I didn't know how to edit video. But I need to redo that. I need to redo that video and, do something creative with it. Dude, I have no idea. They got rid of a lot of great players, and I think some people will tell you that that was a good thing. I'm not sure. I mean, especially after winning the World Series and everything with those guys, like it's sort of a hard pill to swallow to see a lot of those guys go. But I mean, I have no idea why they did what they did. I guess we just have to see what plan unfolds. I've been a Cub fan forever, so like no matter what happens, I'm gonna watch them and enjoy the games. But it would be nice to see them winning some games again. And Brian, he's on Facebook. Okay, so yeah, and that's right. I did simulcast to Facebook. Are you on the so Brian, are you on the Everyday Barbecue Facebook page, or are you in the group? Is my question, because I can't tell the difference. And I think my chat's frozen. I can't scroll now. There we go. I got it to move. Okay, Brian says yes. Well, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. I don't really schedule these things, and I should, because I think I could make more people happy if I did. But so anyway, what else is going on? Unless my comments are stuck, I don't see anything else there. Smoking Joe just put test in there. Oh, and Brian, you're on the Facebook group. Okay, cool. I don't even know how many people are in the group, anymore over there. And I don't spend enough time over there. I just don't have enough time to be everywhere. I started that group. I started a pit barrel cookers group, pit barrel cooker owners group. a flat top griddle owners group, and quite frankly, I just don't have enough time to keep up with all of it. So I feel bad because I think at least in one, I think the everyday barbecue group, at least there's activity. I think, people do stuff, but like the flat top group, I have 5,000 or 6,000 members. And, honestly, I just don't spend enough time there. I need to spend more time there, but I don't. They do a lot of different things in those groups, like, um, do monthly or weekly banner picture winners, and I need to, I need to find time to do more than I do, but I just haven't. 805's in the house. How are you? Danny's under another weather advisory. How much snow did you guys get, Danny? We got some, I think it was Saturday night. Was it Saturday night or Friday night, maybe? And I shoveled the front, shoveled the back, and then we got more, but it like went away before I even got outside the next day. Holy cow, 17 inches, man. It's a lot of snow. You got a snowblower or a plow, or did you just use some good old American muscle and shovel it? Oh, that's some good water. Brian says that's why I don't even bother shoveling anymore. I'll be honest. I mean, I'm real crazy about the driveway because the kids out there playing, if it snows, I shovel it and I get out there and I like to make sure there's no ice or anything, or that there's not going to be any ice that develops. um, but when we get closer to spring, like, you get late February, March, and you're not going to see a lot more snow and the weather starts to get warmer, I don't shovel anymore because I know it's going to go away unless it's just an insane snowstorm. There's my guy, Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin. How are you, man? How's Cali? Shovel and blower. Okay. All above the plow. Wow. That's crazy. That had to take some time, especially the shuffling part. Brian, it's the only so with this plan that I'm on with StreamYard that I subscribe to, I only get to send it to three sources. So I send it to YouTube, I send it to um, the Everyday Barbecue page and the Everyday Barbecue YouTube group. So those are the only places. There's more places I could go, but I have to go to a higher plan for that, and I don't want to spend any more money than I do. I think I already give them 10 or 20 bucks a month. So, and there's all these things that like, I mean, you can ask other creators in here, but you got to pay for music every month. You got to have a subscription if you want music in your videos, something outside of the standard YouTube library. And then there's other services like TubeBuddy that I use. This streaming platform, and there's at least two others. Well, on my website, I pay for that every month. I don't even sell anything on there. I'm just taking a beating on that, because I don't promote it enough. And the part of the website, which is the, gosh, what's the name of that? I'll tell you right now, Shopify. I just had to click out of the window. I'm going back. And, yeah, so this stuff adds up. So I just try to keep can you give Facebook group links? Yeah, sure. Right. Actually, if you just look up Everyday Barbecue Friends, well, I'm here. Let me just go find it. I'll just go. Um, I'm going to go in there right now and I'm going to find it for you. And then I'll post the link here. Let's see. Here we go. Right there. Copy. And back here. So this is the link to the group. If you can see it, I think it just went. Yeah. And I probably missed a few things here, but whatever. I don't think it was anything too important. We actually had a little snow mixed with rain earlier today. Wow, that's crazy for South Mississippi, Russ. What are the temperatures like? I mean, it has to be unseasonably cold or cooler than your norm. Just see Facebook user commented, "Holla Michael." So I say hello back, but I can't see who you are. So you got to type your name in there. Oh, it's my guy Tommy. Gallery Backyard Barbecue. Hey Tommy, how are you? Tommy just worked on a cooperative promotion with me for El Yucateco hot sauce, and so did Russ, who's here. Smoky ribs. Russ, it's in the 30. God, man, that's cold for you. Got to be cold. I mean, right now here, I don't know if you were here when I said it, but it's 7. It was 0 this morning, but I get used to it. Northern Illinois in January. Um, it is what it is. So yeah, hey Tommy, hope you're doing good, man. It's good to see you here. Okay, cool, Ryan. I'm glad you got it. Yeah, and I don't even know how many people are in that group. I think I already left that part. I left that. I think there's a few hundred, maybe. Let me look here. Oh, I just went to the group and I'm live in the group. So let me see here. How many members are there in this group right now? I'm not on the right spot because I changed profiles. This is too much. I'm not going to mess with this right now. I'm just going to get out of there. I think there's a few hundred. Let me go back here so I can see what you guys are writing. Yeah, there's a few hundred. It's not many. That's a good idea, Russ. If you see behind me, right? Well, here, I should do this. Right there. That's a heater that I have on in my office like all day here because my office is on the far side of the house where all the wind hits. And so it gets really cold. Like today it was 0 this morning and the wind was just howling from that side of the house. And then the garage door is right outside my office door. So, that's insulated, but it's always colder in there, obviously. So it's cold. It's just cold. And I have a heater in here to keep myself, um, to try to keep myself kind of warm. Let me see here. We got some comments coming in. I'm going to be doing the Gateway Drum video soon. I was going to do it today, but I couldn't talk the wife into going outside in 0 degrees, just to help me make sure the cameras stay focused and everything, because I'm not as good of a camera guru as her. She's become one unwillingly and unknowingly because she's always running them for me. And when I try to do stuff on my own, I always end up with some crap that I have to go reshoot, and then it just takes up too much of my time. So, let's see. Let's see here. What you got here? Oh no. Um. Well, I pray for you. I hope that you're doing better. That sucks. So let me see. DKA. I'm not sure I know what that is. Is it something that's a result of COVID? Is it something? Well, I don't know what that is, but we'll all pray for you here to make sure that you get better and get to go home very soon. That's very unfortunate. But everybody's getting COVID right now. It's almost everybody I talk to. It seems like they had it or they have it now. So it sucks. But yeah, so Carrie, I'm assuming is the name. Carrie, we're gonna all pray for you. Let me see. Corby's here. Hey Corby, how are you, man? There you go. You got to have a heater. Yeah, well, you're in Michigan, so it's not a whole lot warmer there than it is here. Maybe colder. Top three rub brands. I mean, it kind of depends on what I mean, just for everyday stuff, Saucy Bottoms rubs, the Barnyard Magic. I love that on every single food I've ever put it on. Um, I bought some Kinder's stuff at Costco not long ago, and I'm starting to like that. I don't know if it's my favorite. Well, it's getting there. It's really good. It's really good on beef recipes because it's coarse. I don't know if it's one of my top 3 favorites, though. I love the S&S Grills rubs. The only thing is they're salt-free, so you can add salt to them, or you can do like a dry salt brine on the protein and then use them. But those 2 rubs, the Rockies and the Not Just for Beef, I really, really love those. I use those a ton. I have a lot of it here, and I still have more than I need, even though we use it a lot. And believe it or not, this isn't really a rub, but we here in the house, we love Morton's products, like their Nature's Seasons and their garlic sea salt. Those are very commonly used here. Also, Laurie's is that's definitely one of my favorites. It was my grandpa's favorite, and I ate a lot of it when I lived with him as a kid and my grandma. And it was a great time in my life. Always going to remember that, but I'm going off subject. Anyway, yeah, really good stuff. And I found a viewer told me about a year ago that Laurie's has a black pepper version. And man, I found that on Amazon. That's amazing. So that just kicks up, the Laurie's flavor even more. So if you haven't had that, you gotta give that a try too. Laurie's is very nostalgic. My grandpa used to, it was always pork chops. He loved pork chops. And I can remember, I see him now unpackaging the pork chops, just putting them on a plate and just dumping Laurie's. I mean, I swear it was like he took the cap off. I mean, he loved it. He absolutely loved it. And I grew to love it, because I ate a lot of it. And it's great on pork. It's good on eggs. It's good on chicken. It's good on beef. I mean, it's just good on everything. So, barbecue sauces. I mean, I'll name some off the top of my head. I've Saucy Bottom again. Saucy Bottom's barbecue sauce, definitely one of my favorites because it's not like those that you find in the store where you can buy, 10 of them and you open them up and they all taste the same. I mean, and you have to admit that because it's true. They're, um, so I like stuff that's a little different. And Saucy Bottoms barbecue sauce is really good. And actually, I should just drop a link to his site here. I hope this is right. But anyway, so that, and then, and I love Open Pit. I love Open Pit because it's different. It's got a nice bite to it, and it's like a nice vinegary bite. It's sharp and it's just mouth watering, and I really really love it. So it's that's probably like for just store bought stuff. That's definitely up there. And I don't want to forget anything. Russ actually sent me a barbecue sauce. Russ, I don't know if you remember this. And to be honest, I don't even remember the name of it, but you sent it to me probably about a year ago. And I don't even know if the stuff was still good, but it tasted great. I opened it up and we used it. I think it was last weekend, and I couldn't even tell you what we used it on, but it was amazing. It was really really good stuff. So that was also unique. But I like stuff that's a little different and a little bit unique. Um, and a good point. Saucy Bottom, the chop dust that he has, very, very, very similar to Laurie's. In fact, I like it better in a lot of ways. Um, it's it just seems more concentrated to me. I can't really explain it. But I really like it. It's great. Chop dust is great. Barnyard Magic's great. The barbecue rub is great. And yeah, so all those things are Really, really good. And Russ, you're right. It's Smokehouse Bayou. That's what it was. And I did use it finally. So much stuff comes to the house, and I know you know how that goes because I know when I chat with you online, I see your shelf with all your stuff, and I have an entire closet like right behind my computer here. I have an entire closet full of Cambro stuff and seasonings and sauces and gadgets and thermometers and cutting boards and just you name it. I have the stuff there. So things come in like I have Jabin's rubs here. I have Jabin's rubs here, and I promised them I was going to use them on my next video, and they're just like hasn't been a next video. But they're literally right here. And then PS Seasonings just sent me stuff, which wow, great stuff too. They have this bourbon seasoning, Russ. You'll know it's like a bourbon, pepper. Oh my God, is that stuff good? And yeah, I remember seeing that video. He's the one who does that really outstanding beef jerky. Um, I gotta have you send me some of that jerky. Oh, can't I? Doesn't he sell it online, Russ? I should just order it. I don't know why I thought it was a little place that you go to and buy it, but I think now I remember that he does sell it online. I should just order some because I know you said that was like the best jerky you ever had. So, um, Ryan, I couldn't agree more. Open pit is magic on chicken. It is so, so good. I mean, I really love it. And they have an open pit onion, like with some added onion flavor. That is probably my favorite open pit. Um, it's really good. It's really good, and it's readily available. You can go to any store and get it usually. Yeah, that's right. It's on the rocks bourbon pepper. It's got a bite, doesn't it, Russ? I got something in my eye here. It's got a little bite to it, but it's absolutely perfect. I mean, I love it. So I've used a lot of that already, just on everything. And I will check out his site. I'm going to order some jerky from him. Bayou Smokehouse Bayou beef jerky. I got to write that down so I don't forget it. House Bayou beef jerky. All right. All right. So, and I did see a comment here from, is it Carrie? I think she was talking about the other complication is from the diabetes. Okay, I understand. Well, we are all going to pray for you, and we know you're going to be just fine. I hope sooner than later. Okay. Hardcore carnivore red. I never had any of those products, Admiral, so I don't know. I'll take your word for it, and a lot of these products do have a lot of salt, but as long as there's other flavors around them, it's not too shabby. And I love salt, so I may not be as upset with it as you, but if that's just all you taste and you're not getting anything else out of it, then yeah. Um, and he's USDA certified. Cool. Yeah. So then, man, I got to get some of that. I just remember watching you on that video. And you had done a couple videos with him too, Russ. I think you did the one where you visited his place, and then I think didn't you do didn't you do a cooking competition and you brought your gateway actually? And wasn't he part of your team? Maybe I'm crazy. You'll have to tell me. All right, Carrie. Well, look, good luck and stay strong, and you're going to be fine. You have to be very positive. I'm sure you're in good hands, and we'll all pray for you. Robert says the hardcore carnivore red and black is very tasty. Again, I haven't tried any of those products. I'll take your word for it. Thanks, 805. I appreciate it, man. I love that recipe. And what sucked is, um, I regret it so much too, is I didn't have my microphone plugged in all the way to the camera. And so I had crackling audio in that video. And I did have a secondary mic on another camera that was just like a shotgun mic. And I had to re-edit the video with that other audio. And it was way better audio, still not to the quality that I want, because normally I want my Rode, Go to do the work, but I didn't have it completely snapped into the mic port, and so it was a little crackly, and there was only one channel working for half of the video, and it was so disappointing. It was so disappointing. But I did re-edit the video and put it out, but because of the way the YouTube algorithm works, they didn't show it to anybody. So the video's got like only 1,000 views on it or something like that. But yeah. Yeah, and Jack's Drinkwater has done some videos with him. It was a rib cook-off. That's right. That's right. That's right. I remember it. I remember it. I remember it well now, and I think I watched it not too long ago, like right after I got my gateway, because I was watching some of your gateway videos. So okay, I don't think I missed anything up here that I guess somebody can retype, but oh, here's a good one. Everybody can read that one. I mean, honestly, we have so many different seasonings here that I can't say that I use it every day, but I do use it a lot, and I really do enjoy it, and my kids love it. That's their go-to. That's their go-to. So anytime they ask me for salt, I know it's going to be Laurie's or Chopped Dust because they taste almost the same. This, and to be clear, the Saucy Bottom Barbecue Chopped Dust, they taste almost the same. So I always have one of those in the kitchen, and if they're asking for salt, I'm going to grab either one of those, and I'm good to go. I'm not going to have to get back up. Yeah, it does. And I mean, if I was new to this, I would probably be all right with it. But being into this 4 years, I should have checked that mic cable, and usually I do, and I really thought that I did. But what I did now, I think that the mic port on that particular camera that I was using, camera 2 is what I call it. It's the Canon SL2. And I think that mic port is a little weird and a little shaky. So because I had issues one other time with it. And so now what I do is I put the main microphone on the main camera, um, the 80D Canon, and then I sort of just put the boom mic down on top of a little stand, in front of me, and that's my backup audio, and I hook that into camera 2. So I have the backup audio, if I need it. But I haven't had any problems since I've been running the mic off the main camera, and I probably should have been doing that forever, but it happens. It happens with what we do. And I really enjoyed that video, and I wanted to put it out, but it just didn't. It was a stupid thing that I did, and even though the video's out there and it's a great recipe, and the new version of it, the audio is fine. It's just that it's like it's been chewed up by the algorithm already, and it's not. Of course, that's like with a lot of my videos now. YouTube just doesn't show them to anyone, so it's they have their favorites. Yeah, I got 4 monitors here, Robert. So I have, this one, this one, this one, this one. So the light that you're getting is from these monitors. I could probably tone it down a bit if I reduce some of these windows. Let me see. That's probably a little bit better. Cooler colors. Let me see here. Daddy Hinkle seasonings. I have not, Doug. I've not tried them, and be honest, I haven't heard of them. how long does it take to edit a video? It takes me 6 hours or so. Yeah, you know what? At least, I spend a couple days on some, and that's the part that I think it goes unnoticed. But the editing part, it takes a lot of work and a lot of time, and then I go through once. I get all my multi-camera clips put together. I lay everything out in my timeline. I get all my B-roll media, input into Final Cut, and then I just start chopping it up and getting a baseline for everything. And I try to make it pretty tight. I don't purposely want to have to go back to fix things, but I realized that there's going to be that first cut, and then I'm going to have to go back, proof that, and then decide, when I do camera changes, am I going to add transitions? I try to eliminate jump cuts as much as I can. I'm either going to change camera views or drop some B-roll over a jump cut. And then and then of course, once you're done with all that fine tuning and the audio is good and the video is good, then you lay your track over your music. And if you want to do any kind of any kind of like a montage or a rhythmic montage, then you have to adjust your B-roll and your slow-mo and just get all that stuff synced with the beats of the music. And it's not terribly hard, but it does take time. And I'd say typical edit is 5 to 10 hours, but there are some that will take a day or two, and I just put in whatever time it takes. And quite frankly, I'd like to do a lot more than I do with my videos and my editing, but I just I'm just impatient. I don't want to spend that much time because I have too much to do. If it's not one thing, it's another. So it's really hard for me to sit here and spend 3, 4 days on it. If I have to go over a day, I'm already over my budgeted time. So I try to get it done in a day. I try to get the editing done in a day. So you figure every video, you're going to have, and I've said this before on here. So some of you guys are going to say, shut up, stop repeating yourself. But your day to plan your video, rough script it, go get the stuff you need to get it done it could be a whole day, it could be a half day, and then the day that you set up for the video, there's cleaning the set or the kitchen, whatever you want to call it, getting everything ready, the cooker, making sure you have no dumb stuff in the background and whatever camera places wherever places you're going to have cameras, getting all the equipment unbagged and set up. So 4 lights or 5 lights, 3 cameras, 3 tripods, a couple pieces of audio equipment, and then getting all your ingredients set up and getting everything prepped, you know. So by the time you do that, shoot the video, a lot of times you're bringing cameras in and out of the house, on and off the porch. By the time you're done with all that and you tear all the equipment down and you clean everything and you put everything away, that's an entire day. Even if you're shooting a short video, like a short cook, it's always an entire day. And then you have another day of getting all the footage in your machine, getting it organized, and then editing. So it's 2.5 to 3 days for a video. So if you figure, if somebody wants to do, so this will give you a good explanation as to why, like, I don't always have content out there, right? Because I'm running a whole nother business here too, which I have, say, 3 days a week of work at least. So there's 3 days. The one video is 3 days. And then I have to do stuff like clean grills, maintain stuff. We still have to do things like family stuff, go out, get groceries and all that. So if there's a week where I get 2 videos done, that means I didn't have a lot of work outside of video, and yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into it. I've had weeks where I've done 3 videos, and those were crazy, like crazy weeks, nonstop, morning till night, editing till late night, waking up super early. And I'm not complaining because this is my dream. I'm living my dream and I'm super happy about it. But it's a lot of work, it is what it is. Thank you, Ryan. Have a great night. Appreciate you jumping in. And Robert, thank you. You don't have to thank me, man. I mean, I appreciate it, but I do this for the people that want to watch, and I do it for my family. This is my wife and kids, they were um my number one reason for doing this. And there's a long story behind it, but I don't need to go into that tonight. But I dedicate everything I do to them. And this channel and whatever I do here, this is my dream. I get to live it and I get to take care of them as a result of doing video production. We could never survive on just the revenue that my channel generates. It's all about the extra work that I get. So I'm always grateful to S&S Grills. I'm always grateful to El Yucateco Hot Sauce because they have just kept my family going. And they're great people and I love working for them and they make great products. So I would never really lock arms with somebody that I didn't like or feel good about. So to know that I have those people in my corner, those companies and those people behind those companies, that's a big deal to me. And so I give them my best effort because uh, they give me opportunities to live my dream and take care of my family. So when I have short time, it's my channel that suffers, and it is what it is. Let's see. SD card. Yeah, I noticed that, Russ. I just did a firmware upgrade on mine. Like it was right after this video that I'm talking about where I had audio problems, and I was wondering what it is, about what happened. Was it the firmware of that? Did I not have it plugged in? So I thought I'm going to cover all my bases and make sure I've got it plugged in and make sure everything's clean and make sure everything's turned on. And I'm going to update the firmware. And I did that. And as soon as I did that, I was reading all the stuff in there and I realized that they do have internal memory. So that's really good. I always record everything with that plugged into the camera. So I just use the camera audio, which of course, how that works. But it is cool to know that that there's actually built-in memory too. And yeah, Russ, absolutely. I mean, you know how it is sometimes, right? Filling in audio pieces. Um, and what I've learned is to do multiple shots, which you and I just had this discussion a few days ago about having that extra stuff just in case, extra shots, extra B-roll, extra audio, because then you have it and all you have to do is place it and put it, where it needs to go. So as you do this long enough, you start to learn how to save yourself time by putting in that little bit of extra during your production stage so that post production doesn't have to be a nightmare. Well, I appreciate that, man. I really do. And my goal is to inspire, whether it's to cook something or to, you know, do a channel of your own. I mean, it's a big deal to me to know that, if I do anything to inspire anyone for any reason, that means a lot to me. And Scott, thank you very much. Smoking Dave, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, right, Russ. Yeah, the backup is always, a lifesaver. And I haven't had to use it yet because I didn't know that it existed, and I haven't had a problem since I did the firmware upgrade. Um, but yeah, I mean, actually, had I known about that, I probably could have saved my other video using that audio, right? Because it's recording to the device too, and I didn't because I didn't know. I wasn't aware of it. Let's see. Rusty must have made a comment here about sauces and stuff. Let me see. There it is. Rusty, I've heard that it's quite the opposite. I've heard it's quite the opposite. In fact, um, there's people I know that say that they're lucky to break even on that stuff. If it's not their flagship product, they're lucky to break even on rubs and sauces, but if it's a rubs and sauces business, then it's really hard. It's really hard to make it. And I think, I think Joe would tell you that. Um, I mean, here, I think, yeah, this is the comment that he made. He's got great products, and he's had a hard time getting going. And I've tried to help, and I think other channels have tried to help, and he's definitely catching traction now. He's getting in stores, people are ordering from him. But it takes time, and then you've got that product there that you don't want to expire, right? So there's so many things that go into it. Um, I mean, it's a hard game, but if it's your dream and your passion, you got to go for it. You can't not do it. And this is kind of what I talk to him and other people about, is that if you don't try, you'll never know. You cannot hit a home run if you don't swing the bat. You can't make a shot if you don't take it. You got to go for it. And you only live once. I'm not saying that you should put your family's livelihood at risk, but if you can afford to donate the time and the money to your dream and your passion, you should do it, because you only get one chance to do this stuff. And you should live from the inside out and not be afraid. I think it's really important. If you live afraid, you're going to have that kind of lifestyle. And I think you have to live. It doesn't have to be loud, but it should be who you are from the inside out. That's how I try to do things. And it took me many, many years to learn that. And it's changed me a lot, since I started thinking about things differently. They stay automatically record anytime they're powered on. Okay, that's good to know, because I thought I switched that on. I thought I switched that on my MacBook, because the Road app is on the MacBook. So I'm gonna have to double check, Russ. But thanks for letting me know. Let me see here. You have to delete the recordings from time to time. Keep sounding. Okay, I got you. Okay, so that means I don't have the feature turned on then. So I'm gonna have to go back in there and look. Good information. Hey, Sandy, how are you, man? My guy from Just Piddlin Barbecue and a Marine. Thank you for being here, buddy. I hope everything's well with you. I watched um, your camping video. I don't know if I commented or not. I don't know if I remembered to comment, but it was really cool. The footage of driving, to get to the spot, and just doing the cook. I found myself still left curious though about like what your arrangements were, like what did you set up for sleeping, and like relaxation in the the trailer. So I mean, I'm not sure if it matters. Maybe other people didn't think about that, but I was just wondering if you were going to give us a tour of how you had it set up. And so maybe down the road, maybe you could show us, because I think that would be super cool. There you go, Everett. There you go. And Michael Jordan had a lot of anecdotal stuff that he said along those lines, and it's all true. It's all true stuff. You have to go for it. You have to go for it. 100%. Double D, how are you, man? Thanks for joining. I appreciate you. And Russ, he watched your video too, Sandy. I mean, it was quite adventurous. I really got hooked from the moment you started the video with the driving, and I just thought it was super cool. I thought it was super cool. And I found myself really wanting to sink into the video, this sense of adventure. And it was great. And I'm not saying your other videos aren't. I love all your stuff, but this was different, and it really caught my attention. So I think, more content like that when you can. I like it. I'm not saying that it would do great or do poor. I don't know, because I think I can't say that. Madwood, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you being here. Take care. Have a great night. Thanks for joining. I can't say, because the algorithm with YouTube is so got a mind of its own, that I can't tell you what will or won't work, because I can't even figure it out on my channel. But I know that, like, just for me personally, when I watched that video, I really got sunk into it, like I was there to stay. Uh, I didn't want to miss a second of it. So, you know, for whatever it's worth. And queen size air mattress at night, stowaway during the day. Yeah, no, Sandy. I think I wanted to see it, man. Like I wanted to see how's he sleeping. How what are his arrangements in there, and does he have any way to like just chill out and relax and stuff like that. But it was still a great video. Those chickens turned out good, and you took those chickens to 200 degrees, man. I never thought about that. That was really new to me. I'm always pulling chicken at 158, 160 because I want it to be super juicy. But with the chickens and the whole chickens, with all the fat lying around the skin on the inside, I could just see absolutely you could go to 200. It would still be juicy and it would be more tender. So that was very interesting. That was very interesting to me. And the next time I do spatchcock chickens, I'm definitely gonna give that one a try. Okay, Everett. Yeah, let me find it. Let me or Sandy, can you link your video in here? Because I mean, I would love for people to see that. I know there's hardly anyone here right now, but uh, let me see. I can find it. Hold on a minute. Let me get to my. Pardon me. Let me close that out. It was a Bears video I was watching. Let me see. Let me find this. I'm gonna go to your channel, and then here we go. Here's the video. So, copy link address. Get back to this and paste. So here we go. And that is Sandy's Sandy's video. Yeah, and it did go to Facebook too. Cool, 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 cool. I kind of like this platform. It's pretty cool. So there is the link for Sandy's video. Oh, Saucy Bottom is putting up a 10% off orders tonight with coupon code Mike. So there you go. If anybody wants to try his rubs or sauces, go ahead and do that. And post the link to your site again. I know I did, but I don't even know if I typed it right, just to make sure everybody can get at it. And really, I recommend trying it. Like, I don't get anything out of it. I mean, Joe sends me sauces and stuff like that, but I mean, we don't exchange anything financially or whatever. I just love the stuff. So I want to tell people because I encourage people, like I just told you all, I encourage people to pursue their dreams and start their businesses if they have something really good to offer the world. And I really think his products are. So I like to help him get people to try it because I know they're going to like it and I know they're going to reorder. Let me get back over here to the chat. Yeah, back to your video. Pardon me. Back to your video, Sandy. That was cool. I really, I really liked it. I really liked it. I hope you do another one like that soon. And when you do these, like the state competitions or whenever you're out at the competitions, I think it would be awesome, uh, to do some stuff with that too. Like I would try to make a full blown video out of it. I mean, I think it would be there's a lot of like, that sense of adventure or storytelling. It doesn't always have to be educational. It could just be storytelling or just something adventurous. And I think sometimes that even does better than showing someone how to do something, because there's so many people on YouTube showing people how to do things. And it's really more about, and I think was it Dwayne or somebody else, one of my viewers and friends that had told me that it's not so much what you're teaching and what you're showing, it's who's showing it and how they're doing it. And I really believe there's truth to that, and so there's so many different personalities. There's so many people out there that do what we do. And sometimes, like I would love to do something where I just kind of get away from the norm and try some other type of content. But I mean, the algorithm isn't very conducive to that. So but in your case, with it's still food related, I think it's really in line with everything. And to be honest, it's sort of fun. It's adventurous, and it's, there's a story behind it, a beginning, a middle, and an end. And, I really enjoyed it. Chicken Fried, how are you? Thanks for joining the chat. I appreciate it. I'm going to still hang out for a little while. Um, I've been out about an hour 10, but I'm going to still hang out for a little bit. Let me just check my phone here and make sure that I didn't. See if I have any smart ass comments on YouTube. Yeah, here's somebody. Yeah. Sometimes I wish I could tell people what I really think. I think that would be pretty cool, but I can't. I have to be careful. There's that whole optics thing I got to worry about. Pickles, what's up, man? DD says do it. I can't, man. I can't. I mean, this is a comment that just came in. If you guys want to go to this video, all right, it's my 5 tips to better burgers video. And in that video, one of my keys was to use fresh, never frozen beef. Okay. But I had like 5 pounds of beef or something like that. So I made a bunch of burger patties for that night, and I said on video that I was going to freeze the rest of the burger patties. And so I've had so many people now go on that video and say, well, you said you're going to use fresh beef and then you freeze the beef. And I'm like, yeah, no, I mean, what am I going to do? Eat 30 burgers in one night? I mean, I keep pre-made, I make the patties, I season everything, and then I'll freeze it. Those are for extras. Like and this happens a lot, if we're here uh, cooking dinner and all of a sudden somebody's like, we're going to stop by, and I didn't plan on having company. Well, if I have a few frozen burger patties in the freezer, I can take those out. And even they're not like store bought frozen. I bought the beef fresh and I seasoned it and I made the patty, and then I have something to throw on the grill for people. So I do that a lot. So just because, I froze some patties, I got a bunch of people giving me crap in that video. So I don't know. People just like to point out anything. Absolutely, 100% they're a troll. People just like to point out anything they can, like any little mistake or any little thing. And it's not like I'm here and I have a whole production team and a script and audio and video people, and for somebody to think of that like, oh, well, hey, somebody might think that, you're freezing those. And I mean, I just do what I do, but then there's these trolls that jump in and they say stupid stuff. And I mean, it's one of the most frustrating things about doing this, but yeah, so it's I get it a lot. Every day I get some comment that I'm just like, what, you know, I can't believe somebody took the time to write this. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, they have to be pretty bored. Pickles, they do. They do 100%. And I had somebody tell me the same thing too. Don't use music. And I'm like, it's my video. It's my video. If I want music, I'm going to have music. And if you don't like it, don't watch it. Go watch another channel with no music. But they keep coming back. They keep coming back. They'll troll, but they'll keep coming back to watch. So, and I even asked the guy one day, I said, why do you keep coming back here? All you do is complain. Why are you here? Hey, T Roy's here. There you go, T Roy. That's a good one. Or I'd like to say stuff about their moms sometimes, but that doesn't always go over very well. And thanks for being here, T Roy. Yeah, there you go, Rusty. I mean, I make fresh. If I want to make really good burgers, I'm always using fresh beef. But if I have extra, I'm going to make patties and freeze them. It's just, I'm not going to throw it out. Watching. Hey, I'm on YouTube watching now. My daughter Leona said hello. Is that to me, Brian? That's awesome. Or whoever, if it's T. Roy or Russ, whatever, that's awesome. We appreciate it. Trolls are like mosquitoes. That's a good one. Let's see. Yeah, I do let it go. I do let it go. Believe me. Saucy Bottom says, T. Roy, you still watching Trains responsibly. That was a great video you did, T. Roy. The big boy. Actually, my brothers, both my brothers, they work for Union Pacific, and my son, Anthony, he used to be really into trains, but now that he's 13, he's more into other stuff. But we missed a chance to see Big Boy when it was doing its tour here in our area. I think it was a couple years back. So yeah, I mean, Sandy. Dude, you don't have to do that, man, but thank you. You can see me itching. That is that what it is? Was I use cheap razors, brother. I'm very frugal when it comes to myself. I don't buy expensive clothes. I don't buy expensive shoes. I don't buy expensive razors. I save all that for my kids, you know. But thank you. I do appreciate it. T. Roy's grandpa was a locomotive engineer in the 40s. Awesome. Yeah, I was saying, thank you, Sandy, very much. I was saying that my brothers both worked for Union Pacific for a long time. One for 10 years, one for I want to say it's over 20. Um, and so we've been able to go and see the trains and all that stuff, and it's pretty cool. I think I got a troll in the house here. Gone. But yeah, so we really enjoy it. We really enjoy it when we get chances to do that stuff. Oh, and that went and told the trolls off. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I sometimes will do that. Like I'll let my viewers tear those people apart. And I just because I know what's gonna happen, but it just gets under my skin from time to time. Railroad police officer. That's interesting. Very awesome, Dwayne. Very awesome. Oh, hey, kiddo. You want to come say hi?
Yeah.
Okay. My little girl just came in. You're going to make everybody dizzy. This is my little girl, Leah. Leah, say hi to everybody. Wave, at least. She's got her sleeve over her hand. What are you up to?
Watching the show.
Okay. I'll be done in a few minutes. Give me a quick hug. Love you, kid. I'll be out in 10 minutes, okay? Love you, kid. Oh, everybody's saying hi to you, babe. She's already out the door. Sorry, I didn't see it. Yeah, she's my youngest. So one of the few reasons for everything that I do right there that you just saw. So I'm blessed and grateful to have her as a daughter, and same thing with my oldest and my son. So very, very grateful for those and for my wife.
I heard that.
You heard it? Good. She's been peeping outside the door here.
I was seeing what people would think of me, so I was just waiting by the door.
They all like you, sweetheart. They're all saying hello and hi, sweetie, and all these things I have here. Okay. Let me get kind of caught up here. So just a lot of comments. Um, Wyoming Railroad. Railroad jobs are big. I mean, well, they have been for a long time. I mean, the one thing about it, like I was gonna go work for the railroad. There was a time in my life when I thought, man, I know I can go there and make great money. My brothers do, but they just don't have a really great personal life. Like they're tied to the railroad nonstop. I mean, you know, um, it's like they get called to work sometimes twice in a day, twice within 24 hours and stuff. So if it's a busy time and they're always on call, they may work, and the railroad never closes. It doesn't matter Christmas, New Year's, your birthday, your son's birthday, your daughter's birthday, of an important baseball game that they want you to go to. None of that stuff. None of that stuff is it just doesn't matter to them. So, it is what it is. And I know it's a great job, and I know they make great money, but I know that they have to work their butts off, and they got to give themselves to the railroad, and I kind of enjoy, like, right now, with the way things have worked out for me, with this arrangement, with the way everything's unfolded in the last 2 years, between the video work getting busier and my other business getting, um, slow, really slow, to where I almost lost it, and now it's coming back, but I'm working out of the house with that too. But I can break, from 1:30 to 2:30 and go get the kids from school and be there for them. And I can go to my son's baseball practices and games and stuff in the summertime and spring. And I always make time for that. I'll put work aside to do it, because I only get one chance to experience those things. And for every home run that my son has ever hit in a game, or big play that he made, or when my oldest daughter's team won the volleyball championships, like, I was there for all that. I saw it, and I got to experience the feelings, the excitement, the emotions. I got to see the joy on their faces, and I can't replace that for any amount of money. So fortunately, and I know. So what I don't want to do by saying all this is to suggest that somebody who doesn't do that stuff is a bad parent. That's not true. Some parents just have work schedules to where they can't be everywhere they want to be, and I get that. And I'm just saying that I'm blessed because I can. In most cases, I can make time, and I can do what I need to do. So, but this is only a one-time deal. You can't rewind your kids. And here we go. This is exactly what I was going to say. You don't get to rewind the clock. You don't get to go back and do it over. And they're only going to be kids for so long, and they're only going to think that they're only going to really be, you know wanting to be around you, and not, at some point they get to a certain point in life, like my oldest daughter, where she kind of wanted her independence, and she wanted to kind of grow up, and they're all going to go through that. And for me, because I'm such a softy and I love my kids, there's a part of me that doesn't want them to. I push them hard. They're great students. They get great grades. They listen. They're good human beings. But I swear I would keep them next to me my whole life if I could. And that's probably not great. I mean, but eventually they're all going to grow up, and there's going to be a day and a time when they just decide, hey, this is, my time. I want to grow up. I'm ready. And when that day comes, I just hope that they've, uh, you know, listened to me and learned, and that they've accomplished something with the time that they've been with me, so that I don't have to worry about them when they go out into the world. They're going to be self-sufficient, good human beings, good members of society, and all that stuff. And all I can do is my best. I can't do any more than that. So I take advantage of every opportunity and every moment, and I'm lucky that I can, because not everybody can. And that has nothing to do with barbecue, but it's real. It's real talk. And it's because of them that I do barbecue and that I have this channel. It's really dedicated to them from the word go, and it always will be. Growing and marrying the next thing. Yeah, grandkids. Yeah, then it starts over again in a sense, doesn't it? Oh man, that's good. Speaking of the railroad, so even though these are Kirkland waters, my brothers get these really good sports drink mixes. So they're like a sugar-free Gatorade. They're not Gatorade. They're called something else. But they get them at the railroad. They're able to order them, and they always get some for me. And I love these. There's the lemonade flavor and the fruit punch flavor. They're great for before and after workouts, and they taste great pretty much all the time. Everything to do with barbecue. Yeah, there you go. Very true. Yeah, spot on, Kevin. Especially today. I mean, for me, like, uh, man, I want to have the biggest impact on my kids, not teachers, not friends, and in whatever way that I can, because I think it's really important. And if you were to let your kids get shaped by the outside world in this day and age, you may not be real happy with the result, and they may not either after they come to their senses. So you have to really try to instill uh, common sense, logic, and I think it's not only what you say, but I think it's learning how to teach them the processes in that we all go through when we think about things and we deal with real life situations. What process do I go through when I think about something, you know? And how did I develop that process from the time I was a kid to where I am now? And why? And teach them that now while they're young so that they can be ahead of the game. And the one thing that gets in the way is outside interference, and then of course their emotions and their growth phases. Because uh, the minute you let your emotions do your thinking for you, I think we can all agree that it doesn't always turn out great. In fact, rarely does it. So you have to try to teach them to stay as even keel as possible through life, even through really big ups and really big downs, to try to keep a very consistent attitude and approach. And it's hard. I think we all know it's hard. But if you can give your kid a few years of if you can cut off their learning curve by a few years, you can really make and save their life in a lot of ways. And it's up to them to listen. It really is. And they're not always gonna. That's one thing I've learned. It doesn't matter how much sense it makes. It doesn't matter, you know, how obvious the facts of the situation are. They're going to be at an age where, emotions are more important than all that. And that's the dangerous time in life, I think, for all of us. So the best thing to do is to, you know, um, be consistent, because I think for me and for my wife, we have to be just as disciplined as we want our kids to be about our message, and our expectations for them. Because if we veer off that road and that path, then we're showing them that, it doesn't mean much. So we try to be very consistent about everything. And I think for the most part, I think we really have. And I think that's why we've had good results with the kids. But no matter what, there's going to be ebbs and flows, and that's why it's so important to be so on top of everything, in my opinion, because you give yourself the best chance at getting for them having the best life. I mean, I tried explaining this to my son the other night about let's say, son, you go out. Sorry, I'm itching my eye like crazy. My allergies must be, but let's say you go out into the world at whatever age and whatever stage of your life, and you call me because you need help. Let's say it's financial help. I'll be happy to help you. I'll be happy to help you. But the fact that I have to means that you're not able to do it for yourself. And that means I've failed somewhere. And so it's not that I wouldn't want, it's not like, hey, I have this here and it's mine and I don't want to give it to you. That's not it at all. It's about you, being able to do it on your own, because that to me is where the real magic is. And that's what life is all about. It's not about whether or not somebody wants to help you or wants to give you something. It's the fact that you don't want to have to ask for that. Empower yourself so that you're in command of yourself, your own life, your own decision making. And if you've done that, then you've probably made good decisions. Um, but yeah, I don't know how I got off on this parenting kick. I guess because my little girl came in here. Um, yeah, Kevin, I get that. And I think that, like me losing both my parents in 2021, it changed me each time. Um, I can't explain it. I mean, I just felt like, okay, I got to step up now. Like I'm going to be, I'm filling shoes, so to speak, and in a sense I have, because like my mom and my dad were the Yodas of our family, on pretty much all sides of the family. And now I've become Yoda. So everybody that has a problem, they call me and they either need my help or my advice. And I'm always happy to give it, but sometimes I sit and think, man, I can't even figure out my own mess half the time. I try, um, but I'm flattered that people want to know. And I think I do have good advice to give, but it's not always going to be right, you know. Um, but yeah, it just puts you in a different frame of mind. It takes you to a different place in life. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go. Speaking of spending time with your kids, we're down to like 16 people here now, and I did promise Leah that I was gonna go hang with her, so I think I'm gonna let you guys go. But I want to thank you all for being here and being a part of my journey and always supporting me. And I see Brian, you just joined. Thank you very much for becoming a member. I appreciate it. I'm trying to build up that membership to just have a little more security here at home with finances and everything. And anyway, I do appreciate that. Thank you very much for your support. It means a lot to me. Sandy, thank you for everything. The super chat, thank you for that, but thank you more for your friendship and um, all that good content that you put out. Most importantly, your friendship, though. And Bobby, thank you so much for being here. Kevin, I hope it warms up where you're at. Double D, thank you so much for your support. Everett, thank you. Chicken Fried, Russ, um, T Roy, uh, everybody. Guga didn't stop in tonight, but that's okay. He pops in every now and then. So thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. And Russ, you too. You have a wonderful week. I'm glad you're feeling better. I hope you get those taste buds back, brother, because you cook too good not to be able to taste that food. And God bless you all. Thank you all very much. And I will do this again in February, and I will try to hopefully have a type schedule where I know I can do it on a certain night and plan it and give you some advance notice. But if not, it'll just be me jumping on here and it'll be what it is. But again, one more time, thank you. God bless. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I hope you have a great remainder of the month. God bless you too, Kevin. And that's it. I'll see you on the next video and I'll see you on the next chat. Have a good night, everybody.